Hello, welcome back to Aaron's 1025R Adventures. Today we are back at my dad's brush hog that I had picked up on the previous episode, previous video, whatever you want to call it. We were installing a Hog Pto shield, and we ran into difficulties. This is like the original one I had. So, what happened is when I had measured everything, and when I went to slide over this outer shaft, it wouldn't fit. So I had to order a larger shield. Now, the shield I was using, I showed in the episode where I'm working on my dad's finish mower, and I put one on. That one I had taken from here and put on there, so I wouldn't have to open this one. I will probably keep this as a backup. I'm just leaving it sealed so it stays, everything stays technically together. So let me show you the size differences on the ends of these. And like I said, the whole big thing was the fat part wouldn't fit through the center. Let's shove this one over here. Now, this came with all the bearings like the other set. But the other one I'd used the second to the largest bearing on this end, and on this set I used the very smallest bearing. Now when you are matching these up, the easiest way is there's a number right here. Hopefully this focuses in. And that's how you can tell those two go together real easy. I mean, the sizes are somewhat obvious, but some of them are fairly close. So I already took the smallest one and test fitted it on there. What I'm doing, these haven't been fully separated. There we go. And now this kit, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes. Actually, I'm missing one of those bearings, but I don't need it. So, in the last video, I'd used this dry lube, dry graphite, and sprayed around these rings. Then I had assembled everything and I put some grease on it. So there's already some graphite on these. So I'm doing is taking this apart, keeping the orientation correct. Now this little tab goes away from at the opposite end of the shaft. So when the shield slides over it, it pushes up against that tab. You know you're in position. So what I'm going to do is just spray a little dry lube on here. I said I already have lube up here, but I just want to make sure everything's lubed good. This just slides on and clips into place. And that little separator part will be touching. Okay, so let me lube the outside of this bearing. Which I think in the previous videos I actually just left it up to the grease I pumped in. Now, like the other one, there's an inside and outside. This side has the label that says it goes towards the tractor. So this side goes towards the back. You just push the center of these tabs and they open up. If you hold it like this, they'll stay open on you as you slide everything together. And when you got pushed all the way forward, you lock it in place. There you go. Now, while in this particular instance, I'm protecting against the shaft, Do notice there's not a shield down here. So this little rotating section right here is still a hazard. On this tractor, I have the shield over the PTO on the back of it from the factory. So that's good. On my dad's 48N, it didn't have a shield there or there. They make extension bellows, but I haven't been where you can swap these out. I haven't been able to find them yet. But still, this adds a lot of protection. So I'm pushing in with my finger in the middle as I pop this outside out. So let me bring this over closer so you can hopefully see how this just slides and pops right down, locks into place. Now previously, I'd also greased the U-joints. Actually, here comes the fun part. I mean, that's not going to make a whole lot of difference. These shields are supposed to be the same length. When I ordered this one, which I'm pretty sure they are. All right, I'm back. It's a little bit later in the day. I had to go take care of some issues. So we're going to look at cutting this shield now. So from our bearing point to the back is 17.5. Earlier, I'd actually cut off some of this. Now I'm going to actually cut the exact length. So I said it was 17.5. We're going to make it 16 3/4. You want a little bit of the metal sticking out. That way, when you join the two halves, you can get to them. There you can see it's down in there. Lock the clips. You have just enough to get the metal pieces lined up. Testing. Sorry, I had to check my mic. It's a little funky, so this first part may have to be voiced over. So I've got this side fitted. Now we're going to measure fit this side. From the center of the bearing to the end of the shaft is 15. Somebody has shortened this PTO at one point. We're going to measure from the middle where it clips in. 15. Take 15.5. The other thing besides being easier to join the two halves is if you start to see a little gap in between the shield, you know your PTO is about to fall out. Fall apart, I should say. You can do this in bandsaw or a super fine chop saw blade. Get it exactly there. It's not really that big a deal. Daylight, you'll see me grease this PTO shield once I had it assembled. So we're going right for assembling it, using it this time. Mark on here so I could get my ends lined up. Normally you would have a little bit more of the shield cut back than I did. Since I know this shaft has been shortened once already, I want everything as tight as possible. As close as possible, I should say. There's that assembled. Okay, so I have my Pat's quick hitch on here. And this little bar presets your distances. And what you'll want to do is once you figure out where you want that, you want to put a little piece of tape there. So you can open it up to where you want it. Back up, it'll be somewhat easy. Let's see, this is the outside nuts is roughly 27 inches. They were roughly 27 inches. Like I said, once you get it down pat, you put a colored mark right here so you know it goes with this implement. So this case I would probably go steal one of the white nail polishes, red nail polishes, and just put a little mark of red nail polish there and hope she didn't notice I stole it. Okay, one other thing we got going on. Let me angle this camera down. Okay, I've got the rubber cover off. What I have here is an extension. These extend from the center of the balls out about 4 inches. This shaft is an extension that just clips on there and extends it about 4 1/8 inches. It just pulls back and clips on, supposedly. Of course, since I haven't had this on here, this is brand new. Everything's real tight. Some mother necessity, everything's a hammer, right? There we go. Now that's locked into place. Put a little graphite on here to help protect it. Easy get on and off. Now when you're not using this PTO, you probably want to pop that off because you don't want it to rust into place. So let's back up and I've read where people have left this bar on here when they connected the PTO and wondered why they bent the bar, called all this bad design and everything. This bar has to come off after you connect it. It is not meant to stay on there. So now we just flip these little levers, put them back, that's latched into place. Testing. I was checking it because it gave me some weird message. Oh, make sure I was still recording. It's not like it's just pulling off, but everything's recording, so let's keep going. Now you want your rear PTO in neutral. me actually open the shield up and slide it back. Once again, I'm connecting new pieces together here. I haven't connected before. Let me actually get a small hammer. Okay, got a small hammer here and a bigger hammer just so I don't have to walk back. There it goes. There's that pin in location. There's the shield back on. There's our 3-point. Shield down. Now the extension, that this yellow part doesn't quite go under there, so you have to be aware that's a safety hazard there, and this extension doesn't quite come all the way back here, so that's a slight safety hazard. But still, with the shield on, it's a lot safer than it was. Once you get it set, you would go ahead and lock your lock nuts. Nice thing about having the adjusters on both sides is I can get more lift out of this if I need to. I want that shaft at a fairly level height, like when you're mowing. Okay, when I first start this, you'll have a bunch of blades. That's how to get them turned down low. So it moves out as soon as they found their position. there you have Dad's brush hog with the safety shield on it. I wouldn't want to mow it with that high. So if you're wanting to mow the front as high as possible, you'd let this out to drop that back down to where it was level. But, I'm going to drop it on some blocks. I got to get my forks loaded in the back of the trailer because I don't think I can go up the ramp with this. And next video I'll shoot with this, I will be running on the